Good afternoon and welcome to the first session of 2026 AI, job seeker workshop. Of course, I just messed up the title. That is AI workshop for job seekers. There we go. We have an exciting session for you today. Today's topic to kick off the new year is AI foundations for modern job seekers. How AI is changing hiring, because it is. What AI can and cannot do for job seekers. Very good to know. Ethical and realistic use of AI. That's a big thing, guys. We're learning that now with AI and the way things have just really taken off with AI. We definitely have to have some ethical and realistic use around it, right? And then outcome. Or look at participants, how do they feel confident in using AI as a support tool, and not as a replacement? And again, I always go back to my journey in trying to use AI. And you know what, Sam? I wasn't feeling confident about it. I really wasn't, especially when you're trying to use it and you're not getting anything, right? You're not getting
Yeah.
anything back. Yeah, I just was like, okay, I'm not utilizing this properly. And now that I have done almost a full year of these workshops with Sam, yeah, I realized I wasn't doing it right. And the only thing that kicked my butt into gear after 6 months of not having success was I actually had to hire a company to do it for me, to write my resume, to write my cover letters, right? And these are professional writers. Now, I don't know if they were using AI at that point, but I can imagine these companies probably are too now. But, interesting stuff. But without any further ado here, we have our our guru, our AI workshop, our recruiter, Sam here, that's gonna, give us the rundown on this. So, Sam, I will let you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Alejandro. Appreciate it. And welcome everybody to this session. As Alejandro mentioned, um, I'll give you a quick story before I even jump into the session. Last year, AI was like your Superman without the suit, right? This year, AI is whatever you want to, whoever is your superhero. That's where AI has evolved to. In a year, that is the transformation which has taken. When we started in January 2025, probably this was just kicking tires, but today it is here to stay. I'm not sure. I'll give you quick updates and then I'll jump into the presentation. Um, doesn't matter which one you're using, ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, Llama, Perplexity, Claude, DeepSeek, any one of them. It's like an ice cream, right? You might like raspberry flavor, strawberry, vanilla, chocolate, whatever it is. These are just flavors. Yes, one can do something better than the other, but don't just get hung up on those things. Start using it extensively for anything and everything that you're doing in your day-to-day life. Doesn't matter if you're just looking for the job seeker thing, you should also start doing things that you're doing on a regular basis, writing emails, reviewing contracts, any of those things. You can use this for that particular function, and I'll show you how you can use it for that. I'll create a foundation for modern job seekers, what you need to do to navigate through this. And Alejandro, you can jump in from the questions from the audience or from you or anybody. You can jump in, you can stop me, and you can ask me the questions. I want it to be an interactive session, right? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Uh, AI revolution in hiring, artificial intelligence is fundamentally transforming how companies find talent and how candidates position themselves. Understanding the shift is essential for every modern job seeker, right? The The job seeking was first in newspapers. We used to, when we went to find jobs, went to newspapers. Then newspapers moved on to online, which when internet came in. Then it was, I'm sure a lot of you faxed your fax resumes to the jobs that you were applying. Then we started sending emails, which was before emails, there was something that a lot of people are not aware of. It was called, um, I don't even know what it is called. I don't remember what it's called, but it used to go to a network and then we used to apply there. And then the employers found us through that methodology. Then email came. Now people have started to share that in text messages, right? How many of you have gotten text messages saying that you're a good fit for this job, or they send you a link to do an interview? So we need to adapt to the technologies which are available for us to utilize so that we can be in par with the companies that are hiring us, right? So um, that is our goal to empower you and put you into the suit, not just the thing. We want to give you some super hero powers. AI is the new baseline in the job search. Expected AI uses are recruiters now expect candidates to leverage AI tools for crafting resumes, optimizing their LinkedIn profiles, and preparing interviews with sophisticated practice systems. I'll show you some of those things which we do on a regular basis here. Accelerated tailoring. AI dramatically speeds up the process of customizing applications to specific roles, but speed alone doesn't guarantee success or job offers. One of the things that we will discuss, the ethical part of it that Alejandro was talking about, right? The authenticity challenge. This is something I tell every job seeker to do. Once you hit that send button, it is not the robot which is sending out the application. Even if it is a robot sending the application, you are responsible for it. You cannot go to code and say, you know what? Um, let's say Tesla got into an accident. Do you think the cop is giving a ticket to Tesla or cop is giving the ticket to you? Because you're in the driver's seat, he's going to give you ticket, not Tesla, even if it was in a self-driving mode. That's where the world is going towards, right? At the end of the day, you are responsible for whatever is sent out on your behalf, on your name. Make sure that you're checking those things, right? And be authentic. There is no substitute for being authentic. That is something that um, the AIs can do yet. It might do it in 5 years, 10 years. At least at this point, it is not doing it, right? How AI is changing the hiring. Efficiency meets complexity. This is exactly where I'm a recruiter. I have not opened a single resume in the last 3 months, 4 months, right? Why should I open a resume when my AI can do a better job than I can do to look at 10 resumes and tell me these are the four candidates which got accepted, these are the two got rejected, and these four were really not a good fit out of the 10 application. I can go and look at the accepted file, I can look at the rejected file, and I say, yeah, maybe the machine didn't reject it properly. Maybe this guy is a good fit and move him from rejected to accepted file. I might move somebody from accepted to rejected file. But imagine I had to go through those 10 resumes physically before. Now I have to only go through the um, two or three that were in those piles that I need to move back and forth. Right? Yes, the concern is how many of you heard ATS is a black hole? I'm sure that is a complaint I get from every job seeker that I've gone to, that the ATS is a black hole. It scans resumes for keywords and qualification. Cheating has been something that people used 10 years ago, 12 years ago, even before AI. I'll give you a small example. When you're writing your resume in Word, you said, I applied for 10 jobs, nobody responded to me. you know what? I'm going to put everything and anything in my word vocabulary into even dump the whole dictionary into the Word document. And how can you do that? You can dump all of it and make sure that instead of blackening it, you just whiten it. So the machine can pick the whitening up, but the human eye cannot see that. And that's how a lot of the resumes were getting through to the machine and going to the recruiter. We are always very innovative. We are always very creative. So we'll try to find a way to beat the system and that. But yes, you should run your resume through an ATS scorer and see what your resume is doing. Loop CV, Job Scan, there are any number of tools available that can give you. And I will send you, Alejandro, remind me, I can send you a whole bunch of tools and prompts and things like that.
Oh
You don't need
yeah.
to worry about,
And
right? We
and there
can,
are two questions, Sam.
sure.
So and it is. This is great. So it's interesting. Like, and I struggled with this too. I think it's because I got the wrong impression. Do keywords matter more than experience now? Because again, I go back. I even go. I mean, this is a great question because I go back to my journey, right?
Yeah.
And I had all this great experience, but it just wasn't catching.
So now the answer, the more and more AI uses these things, it will not matter. The keywords won't matter. The whole context will matter.
Ah, okay, okay,
But it's not there yet. Still, there is a lot of reliability. So if you use LinkedIn, LinkedIn has a database of topology that they go through. So sometimes project managers is in their database, but program management is not in the database.
okay,
Right. So you need to know what is included and not included in LinkedIn for you to really utilize those words. Right. So you have to become your own marketing agent to submit your resume to do, which is just you're not just a candidate anymore. You need to know how to market yourself also.
okay.
And that's where ATS, that's where AI will help you in a lot of these things.
Got it. And then the other
Advanced AI
question is,
tools.
yeah, is there the other question is there a way to tell if a company relies heavily on AI screening, should I say?
Absolutely. Nowadays, a lot of the big companies are already using AI to screen. And you will see some disclaimers. If this resume was written in AI, please do not submit.
Wow. Oh,
Right. So we will show you how to beat some of those things.
wow. Okay.
Again, advanced AI tools now analyze video interviews, voice patterns, and even facial expressions during assessments.
Hmm.
How many of you gotten video interviews, one-way video screens, where the question is there and you're sitting there and answering that question?
Yeah, I've only
But
known, one person so far that has done that. Yeah, well, yeah, that's interesting stuff. And then, of course, just hearing it from you, in previous discussions on, I find that like, and again, there actually was a question around that, and I can like, again, is that can it really analyze this stuff, and should that worry us at the same time?
absolutely, you should be worried a little bit. But it is just one of the many tools that employers rely on to score the candidate, right? They're not making a decision solely based on it, but it is like pre-qualifying you to see whether they should bring you in for the second round or not. Yes, you should worry about it. So attend the AI interview, not like you're sitting at home and relaxing on the beach and putting your hand back and putting your legs up in the air and taking the interview. If it's an interview, follow the norms, sit in a bright area, no distractions. Uh, because I'm very familiar with what we do. We do video interviews for clients. So I have seen about 70,000 video interviews in my
What?
career here. Yeah,
Seventy
70,000.
thousand?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. I have seen 70,000 video interviews that take place on our platform for the past 5 years, right? And if we can share the blooper videos, we would be making so much more money.
That would be great.
Things
That's a
people
good.
do
I would
to
love to see
cheat.
those.
Yeah, people to cheat. They suddenly a candidate who did an interview 6 months ago again did an interview today. Suddenly we find that he has grown hair. He should be advertising for Rogaine. They put their hand on top of it. They have 1 year. In 1 year, they have the phone connected and their other headset is connected to the laptop. So somebody is hearing the questions of the interviewer and answering that. And the guy who's answering on the phone, so this guy is like trying to mouth, right? Liza Minnelli, right? Is that what Alejandro, the singer who got caught for mouth syncing?
Oh, you mean Milli Vanilli? Is that what you're talking
Milli
about?
Vanilli. Yeah, yeah.
Milli Vanilli, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we have seen that a million times. People do that.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, is this
Yeah.
something you're seeing just on the regular that people are?
Yes, yes. We've
Wow.
been seeing it more in the IT realm of it, where there are people who are just trying to cheat and do whatever they need to do to get a job and doing that. Like I said, if I have an opportunity, right? Yes, you should sit in front, don't wear a red shirt where it will blur your thing. Wear the good white shirt, have a suit, look in the camera. Let's say I'll give you another example. So if you're interviewing, right now my camera is pointed down, but if I bring my camera up like this, I'm looking into the camera. Make sure that you're looking into the camera when you're doing an interview,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Not looking up someone's
Eh,
nose or
Yeah,
right. Yeah, that makes
yeah.
sense.
When you interview, you will also see candidates looking because they have multiple screens, right? So I have a candidate who was sitting like this, but he was looking up there. So I'm thinking, what is he looking up there? Because he had his thing on the TV.
Oh, so now as a recruiter and you're in that situation as an individual, do you ask that question like, "What are you looking at?"
I
Or
do. I do.
okay, okay,
Sometimes, again, not everybody will ask, they assume because right now there's a lot of cheating happening. So a lot of recruiters will not even give you that chance, right? They
yeah,
will assume that you're cheating and they will cut down the interview. So you have to be aware of some of these things that when you get an interview, how do you present yourself, how to
right,
look better and how to look straight into the camera, not so adjusting the camera, making sure that you're bright light behind. Um, in video interview, I'll tell you a funny story. Somebody he's doing a video interview at his house at 9 a.m. in the morning. And this is an interviewer and him, both of them are on video. Suddenly we see somebody passing by. You know who that was?
it was
It
like
was his wife.
I would say it was like a family member.
It was his wife.
Wow,
And do you know how she was dressed?
none.
None.
Oh no, I'm surprised. That doesn't surprise me though, right? Yeah,
Yeah. So what happened was they suddenly went in and we had to trim the video and tell the client the funny story.
right.
Like because that video is sent to the client. We don't
Yeah,
want the client and then that video being put on a deep web for all people to watch. So we didn't want. So we immediately trimmed it. We cut the video. We did whatever we need to do. But that's
right.
what that happens, right?
Interesting.
Concerns?
It just makes me think though, like how that just adds to your additional work that you're doing. Now you have to go in, do this edit
No,
out,
I
but
was glad to do that extra work
yeah,
because I didn't
absolutely.
want it to affect the candidate. The candidate did really well on the interview. We
And that
didn't
was
want
going to
it.
be my next question is that, you know, hey, innocent things happen,
Life
right?
happens.
Like that, life happens. And it's refreshing to know from somebody like yourself. I mean, look, you're an experienced recruiter, you're the
Yeah.
VP. Um, and you gave that person the benefit of the doubt. And you just said that. You're like, look, I didn't let that little incident didn't affect their amazing interview.
I will tell you something that happened to me in the past month
Okay.
before Christmas. I was interviewing a candidate for a very big position. That means the salary requirements for that position was close to 250K,
Hmm.
right? And this guy is interviewing for that job. And as I told you, I didn't open the resume. I use ChatGPT and other technologies to prep for the interview, ask questions, and do some of those things. When I ask questions, the first question I noticed is because we don't allow anybody to not be on video. That is a requirement for me because I see a lot of people cheating. So I want them to be on video, look them in the face and tell them whatever I can, right? And the guy was on video. I said, "Where are you located?" He said, "I'm in Dallas." I said, "Maybe you're from Dallas, but right now, where are you located?" And he said, "Dallas." But I can tell you, because I had the experience and I'm from there, I can tell you he was not in Dallas. He was sitting in India
Oh.
because his fan was running. So I know it is. And the second dead giveaway where he was in India because the interview was at 2:30 p.m. my time EST, which is 1 a.m. in India.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
usually in the night times when somebody comes in that area, all the stray dogs bark.
Oh.
So I
Yeah.
can hear at least 10 to 15 dogs barking in the
Yep.
background.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I knew that he was lying. So now I said, okay, now he lied about this. He could have just told me I came here for vacation. I'll be back in Dallas in 2 weeks, whatever that is, right? People,
Right. Right.
but now I'm thinking, if this guy lied about this, what else is he lying about it?
Exactly. Hmm. Hmm.
Right. And I will show you the example. And I opened the resume and I could not believe what I saw. The whole resume was written in ChatGPT, tailoring to the job description. And this is a person who's looking at 250K in salary,
Wow. Right. I mean,
right? And
integrity.
he didn't even have the decency to even clean up. Technology is good, LLMs are good, AI is good, but use it in the right manner. Use it, and like I told you, once you hit the send button, don't blame anybody else, only you.
Hmm.
And what happened was, so I, instead of asking the candidate the question of, tell me a little bit about this or that, I said, you looked at the job description. Tell me in the job description one technology that you don't really are an expert on. And he told me a word, Azure, Azure.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I did Control F on his document. Azure showed up 28 times on his resume.
So control F on the document, that brings up a specific word you're looking for.
Yes,
Yep. Okay. Yep. Yep. And how many
anywhere,
times again did that pop up?
28.
Wow.
And before I even asked the next question, I said, "Oh, so you're telling me you never used Azure?" He said, "No, I never used Azure." And so what do you use? I use Google Cloud all the time. Oh, okay. Okay. So this resume was written by you? Yes, it was written by you. So now it's not an interview. This is where I tell people
Okay.
it, it's not an interview anymore. It becomes a truth contest. Are you telling the truth? Am I trying to lie? You're trying to lie. It's now gone away from the interview, and the candidate has lost control of it. And now we are in the truth finding. I my ego got hurt because how dare you waste my time? I'm using that as an example.
All right.
That's what happens when you put a picture that you were 40 years ago on your LinkedIn. You walk into my room and I see, oh, I thought the picture was young guy walking in, but here's somebody who's 65 years, 70 years old. Age has nothing to do with it, but I'm
Right.
thinking if he has not put his real picture there, what else is he hiding?
Yeah, exactly. It's those little things, right?
Yeah,
And I'm just thinking as like a, former HR manager, you know, and I'm thinking about those times where I had to coach managers on individuals where they're going in this back and forth of the truth thing, right?
yeah,
I know
yeah.
you're lying, and it just becomes this rabbit hole.
It
Um,
becomes a ego contest. It becomes a
right.
rabbit hole. The candidate is never going to win that battle.
And I can see, somebody like yourself as a recruiter, right? You're
Yeah.
not wanting to bring that person on board for that very reason. You don't want to do that
It's my
to that
integrity
manager, to
online.
your client.
It's my integrity on the line. Why would I want to represent somebody who's not even...
Exactly.
See, I've sent resumes to the client saying that Alejandro doesn't have X, Y, and Z, but instead of X, Y, and Z, he has A, B, and C, which I think will be great. But otherwise, he's a great fit for the job. He has great attitude. He is this. Yes, he doesn't
Yeah.
have this. But you have not given me the right to represent you because you were lying from the beginning.
Right.
Not one, not twice. Now you have three times, and I've used the baseball analogy. Three strikes, you're out,
Yeah.
right? Automated systems risk overlooking important nuances in candidate experiences. Yes, because I wouldn't have known whether this guy did use or not, but he thought, and at the end, this is what he told me. Sam, you're one damn good recruiter, but there are so many dumb recruiters out there that I could fool by doing these things. I said, you could fool them now, but when you get the job, how are you going to handle the job? I will find somebody to do the job for me, is what he told me.
Mm.
Over reliance on keywords may filter out qualified non-traditional candidates, right? So yes, the recruiters are creatures of habits. HR people are creatures of habit, right?
Yep.
If you a recruiter when he's looking for a candidate, if the company says we are looking for account executive, that's it. That's only word he will put in title, right? But a good recruiter will do account executive, business development manager, all the synonyms which are similar to that title, right? Analysis of expressions and voice raises significant fairness and bias questions. Is bias a problem in today's world?
Hmm.
As soon as you have an accent, people will make judgments about you, people will make decisions about you. Um, doesn't matter if it is a voice bot that did the interview or whether it's a human being. Biases still exist in the world. And I always tell people the only way you can get over the bias is show them that you are a competent person for this job and you will not embarrass him or her if you put it forward to the hiring manager. AI journey. This is something that I want you guys to. The application journey, application to offer goes through multiple iterations, right? Resume parsing. When I post a job, I get 500 responses in 1 hour.
Mm.
Humanly, it is not possible for me to go through that 500 resumes because I have seven other competition or 20 other people working on the job. I have my internal recruiters working on the job. I have my external competition working on the job. If I don't make the placement, I don't make the commissions, I don't make my quota, I don't, that's right. So it's inhuman for me to go through those 500 resumes.
Hmm.
So you might ask me, how do you go through that? Now, I don't have to. The AI goes through the resumes for me.
Hmm.
And it does a very good job of really filtering out the candidates, not just by the keywords, by the context, overall experience, and all those things. Keyword matching. System ranks candidate based on relevance scores, right? Interview analysis. AI evaluates responses, tone, presentation, expressions. If anybody has tried Nota or Otter or any of those things for note taking, you will have Fireflies, any of these note-taking apps, you will see that it produces a transcript after your conversation. In that, in some of these, it will also give me a sentiment analysis. It tells me that Sam spoke 80% of the time and everybody else spoke 20% of the time. Sam was very enthusiastic, but the speaker number two did not show the enthusiasm. And when they were talking about this, they were very skeptical about it. So it can do that sentiment analysis. It can read the body languages. It can read some of those things. So you have to understand that you're no longer fighting with the machine. You need to know how to beat the machine. And you need to know how to prepare yourself to make sure that you're beating the machine. It's no longer a human versus human, it's a human versus a machine. And how do you coexist between all these parameters, right? Final selection, human recruiters review top AI ranked candidates and used. So now you have to beat a machine and then you have to beat a human being to get hired, right? So this is where a lot of people are not, they don't have the understanding of it and they get mad about it. So as a recruiter, I post a job on LinkedIn, Dice, or wherever it is, right? And then I receive applications, I resume review is done. Then if the resume fits, then I do a technical evaluation. If the resume doesn't fit, it goes through the resume screening, initial interview, then technical assessment. And then once it is gone to the interview phase, applications receive initial interview, final interview, offer is extended and onboarding. So this is the cycle of a candidate going through the whole from the application all the way to the offer. So every stage of this one, you can use AI to be your assistant to help you. And that's where I want to emphasize a little bit what AI can and cannot do, right? Understanding AI's capability and limitation is very crucial for use it effectively as a job search partner. You don't want to misuse it. You don't want to do anything. AI strengths your personal job. It can optimize your resume. Don't tell like that guy said, rewrite my resume that fits this job description. That's what he did. Instead of it, look at your resume section by section. Don't put the whole resume in. You can put it in, but tell AI, hey, can you act as a hiring manager and see, can you rewrite my summary that I can present to this company? And I do not want you to hallucinate. I do not want you to use outside information. Use only my information. If you have any questions, ask me those questions, and you will be surprised what it will ask you. So Alejandro, you said you used an external resume writer.
Mm-hmm.
What is the first thing she asked you when she spoke to you?
And it's
Or
funny,
he,
yeah, because I did get to meet with them for like 30 minutes or 15 minutes, something like that. But anyways, it just was asking me like my background. I had to, give my current resume. So I had to give all that, expertise, my background.
what were your accomplishments? What
Right,
are you proud of?
right,
What do people think about you when they talk about you? What are things? Give me stars, go, all those things, right?
right.
And that's basically what you can do now, reverse engineer it within the LLM that you are using. Interview preparation provides realistic mock interviews with instant actionable items to answer quality communication and presentation skills, right? So you can do any number of those things, right? AI limits. Why it cannot replace you is no authenticity verification. It cannot go and check whether you're authentic or not. There are a lot of people applying jobs from North Korea and other places. It's a generic output, missing emotional intelligence. That is where you as a candidate need to start making sure that you can emote. You can have that emotional intelligence, contextual understanding, and personal judgment that recruiter truly value. That's where you bring your value out. Right? Once you get through the systems and the recruiter calls you, now you got to talk about your values, talk about context. Hey, when I was working here, this is what happened, and this is what I could have, this is what I did to make sure that the security breach did not happen.
Mm.
Right?
Okay.
Critical insight recruiters can often spot AI generated content. I told you, I'll show you. Content that hasn't been personalized, your unique voice and authenticity experience remains your strongest assets, right? So you don't. Real world consequences. We received hundreds of applications that look perfect on paper, identical formatting, similar praising. And this is something that I see all the time. When you use ChatGPT, it will put your resume in a certain format, certain color, certain font, certain way it is formatted, right? And you can tell it is a ChatGPT, and you'll see the structure. You can tell. So when I get a resume from a particular vendor, I know the format. I know that that's how their resumes are coming. Right? Multiple candidates have been rejected after submitting AI-generated resume that promise skills and experiences they couldn't demonstrate in interviews or on the job. Authenticity matters more than ever in an AI-saturated market. The one trick I tell people nowadays to beat the authenticity or to not have that recruiter or the hiring manager even think for a split second, I tell them, hey, do you mind if I walk around and take the interview? Or I will go outside and take the interview on my phone. What does that do? If you're walking outside, you know that you're not walking with a laptop tied to your hip. You are answering the questions, and it's you who's answering the questions, not somebody else,
Ah, okay.
right? So I tell my consultants, offer that, hey, you want me to walk over, sit on the bench on the park and take this interview? I can't take it now. It's a little cold, but do you want me to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Or you want me to move away from where I'm sitting when I took the interview? Maybe we'll walk into another room. Small little tricks that can differentiate you from the other people that you're applying. Ethical and realistic AI use. Navigating the complex landscape in AI and job searching requires understanding both your rights and your responsibilities. People always talk about rights, but don't talk about their own responsibilities, right? It is unfortunately very unfair. Ethical AI in hiring, fairness, transparency, trust, age bias, accountability, data privacy. All these are definitely a concern. And right now it is a wild, wild west. Hopefully something will come about to change some of those things. How to use AI responsibly. Support, don't fabricate things. And I always tell when I wanted to just use my own examples, I tell, please do not go outside. Please do not use the best practices. Please do not use the things that you're trained on. Only use my data that I gave you, only my resume. And if you want to ask me clarifying questions, you can definitely ask me clarifying questions. Right? Review everything regularly and carefully. Review all the AI outputs. Like I told you, once you hit the send button, you are done. It's your responsibility. You can't blame the AI anymore. Stay current, keep your current on your rights regarding AI and recruitment and understand how different companies use these technologies. You can ask a company, are you guys using AI? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And if they say yes, then how are you mitigating the bias? How are you mitigating? You can ask those questions. And if they're not able to answer, send somebody local labor department a quick note, and then they will be on your case after that. Three pillars of ethical in AI hiring is fairness, transparency, and data governance. These three foundational principles work together to create hiring systems that are both effective and equitable for all candidates. My interview is the same as if I interview 10 candidates. I don't use one interview for one and one interview somebody else because the consistency in scoring is exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions?
Yeah, I do have some questions, but I'll wait. Well, actually, where did it go? I did. I wanted
Okay.
a really good one.
So
Keep
this
going.
is
No, no,
this
yeah, I'll find it. I got a list of questions here.
building your AI confidence. Master practical strategies for using AI as a powerful support tool that amplifies your authentic professional brand. I said practical tips for job seekers and start authentic, tailor strategically, practice holistically, things, the tools that you can use. I can tell you multiple success stories of people. Maria's journey, interview invites tripled, 85% profile views 6 weeks from the start to job offer. In today's job market, that I would say is exceptional, right? What employees really want in 2026, somebody who is able to understand AI literacy, demonstrated ability to apply AI thinking and problem solving approaches, not just familiarity with specific platforms or tools. Human judgment, critical thinking, creativity, and adaptability remain fundamentally irreplaceable at this point, skills that AI cannot replicate or substitute. And ethical awareness. Candidates who understand AI capability, limitations, and ethical implications stand out as a thoughtful, responsible professionals. Employers seek candidates. They want somebody who's fair, who has empathy, who has integrity. That has not changed. The future of AI in your career. Looking ahead, how AI will continue shaping professional development and career success. Um, I'm, I do not know how many of you saw the Elon Musk interview. He said in 10 years, 15 years, we don't need to work. I do not know how we'll get paid, but he said we don't need to work. Embrace AI, but keep your edge. Play with one or two tools, one or two LLMs like ChatGPT, Gemini. Uh, I'll, I'll, I'll have to remind me at the end to talk about Google, and
Okay.
so I can commit to lifelong learning. And learning has become a lot more easier and a lot more tolerable at any age. By using some of the tools, you'll be able to cultivate your unique value. What is that you bring to the table? Don't say I'll do everything like everybody else says. What is the one or two things that are unique to you, and why should they hire you? View AI as a powerful ally that amplifies your capabilities, not as a crutch that replaces your thinking or a threat to your value. Confidently, AI empowers you, master tools ethically, the winning formula, your authentic story combined with strategic AI support equals success in 2026 and beyond. You bring the substance, AI helps you shine. I told you, now AI is, last year it was just a person. Today it is with a person with a suit, a superpower hero,
Mhm.
right? Here, I'll run a couple of things here. You guys can see my screen.
Yes. Well, we're still seeing your presentation. And
Uh, Now, what are you saying?
it's the same
Final
slide.
thoughts?
ChatGPT?
No, the
Uh,
presentation's still up.
Let me stop and reshare. Now, do you see my ChatGPT?
Yes. Oops.
I'll find one resume online. Let me just pull somebody's resume here. right? Here is the big difference that I want people to look at. Uh, Project manager. I know I'll find tons of resumes. People. I'm not going to put the name here, but I'm just I dumped it here. So this is the format it uses. So when I see a resume in this format, I know it is already written. It's written in ChatGPT, right?
Yeah.
It is very clear. And if I ask it to dump it into a Word document, it will do it into a Word document,
Hmm.
right? And it's a cleaner looking resume, but instead of that, it says what I recommend next is optional, digital product PM version, PMO. It's asking, should I do two resumes for you? And think about it. I've told this multiple times. When you have multiple versions of it, it will start, people will start rejecting you because in the ATSs, it will say, for this job, you send this resume, for this job, you're sending this resume. Looks like you have multiple versions of your resume and they Z you out, right? Again, this is a very powerful tool if you don't know what to do, but you need to read before what you need to do here. Before Mark suggested it, you should decide on in red, tune it for specific job description, convert it into an ATS. If I give you a JD, it will optimize it, but I don't want. Instead of my whole resume, please write a summary using only my data. Do not hallucinate or use best practices. There, it wrote. Now you can take it. It is not from anybody else. It is not a generic one that people are using. It is specifically for you and your jobs that you did. And you can ask, can you tell me how can I enhance, but do not use outside information? Info, ask questions if you want to clarify. So it's giving you suggestions. Put one concrete proof signal forward. You already have strong signals buried later. Web clients increased. This one enhancement does not. Tighten language by removing internal repetition. You say variations of cross-functional teams. Right? All true. You can say each one more precisely and gain specific. Right? And to clarifying questions. What roles are you targeting right now? Which experience do you want to lead with? Who's the primary reader? It's asking. Think about it. Will you be able to think about these questions? I don't think so.
Right. Yeah.
Recruiter, hiring manager, internal reference executive, do you want the summary to sound more business facing, delivery technical? It's like you going with the resume writer, right, Alejandra?
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm.
One constraint, do you want this to stay under 4 lines or 5 to 6 lines acceptable? I'll answer those and I will enhance the summary. And here is another trick I will give you. If you want to answer these questions, right, I will hit. I'm targeting senior project manager positions. Please start with Aon. Okay, sorry. Uh, I want to target senior PM roles. I also want to start off with Aon Ascent Digital. Insurance platform is okay. Primarily, I'm sending it to recruiters at this point, and I want it to be business facing and a balanced approach. And please keep it under 4 lines, maybe 5 to 6 lines are acceptable. I use the voice, right? And now I upload it. Boom. That's it. Did I change it? No. It used my own information.
And and to this point, I mean, I'm just again back to my journey. That the summary was something that during that 6 months of no luck. Now I kind of know why, because I was constantly changing that summary. And yeah, when I went, when I hired someone, I never changed that summary. The only time I would change the summary is the position title.
Yeah.
I'm interested in this position, but anything else was never changed. And yeah, I mean, even to this day, I continue to get recruiters, reaching out to me, which is, the other question that, I got a couple questions here that kind of leads into that is, what was I going to say? Which I think you already kind of made the point is don't have multiple resumes out there,
No.
right? It's just have that one resume. Yeah. And there's going to be little tweaks like maybe the job title you're applying, right?
Yes.
That would be your bare minimum change, but be consistent because these systems can kind of catch that hey, there was a resume out here with this. Now it does. The other question is what are the popular ATS systems that majority of companies are using? I mean, I know back in my day it was Taleo.
I will tell you, I hate Taleo. I hate Workday.
Yeah, I wasn't a
I
fan of
hate
Workday.
I hate all those big systems because they tell you to redo your resume and everything in this day and age. I like to go to iSIMS, Greenhouse, and some of the other places where you can go and apply the job using your LinkedIn or your document. You can upload it and it will pull all the information. In today's day and age, you shouldn't be asking a candidate to spend 15 to 30 minutes in going through Workday, creating a login, and all those other things.
That was one thing I really took advantage of that I loved about LinkedIn was that very, very feature you just mentioned,
Easy
apply to the
apply.
job, all my
Easy.
information, my resume, my cover
Yeah.
letters, all right there. And I can directly, if I want to, and if the option's there, I can send a note to the hiring, to the recruiter, the hiring manager, right? Um, and then, this is a good question. Is how somebody asks is how do I explain my AI usage confidently to when a recruiter asks?
Repeat the question one more time.
How did someone explain when a recruiter asks like, hey, how are you utilizing AI? How do they explain that confidently, right? Or let's say in your situation, right? You might ask, I'm kind of
I
noticing
would
you're using
say
a
I
lot of
would
AI.
say I use AI on a daily basis 5 to 6 times for the tasks that I do. But what I do with that information is I enhance it and put my experience and my knowledge and my white hair, if I'm answering the question, in making sure that I'm able to answer the question emotionally and make sure that we are not getting away, not relying on the machines alone. I use my experience, my best practices to, yeah, it helped me synthesize. It read through the document. I use it to read the document. But at the end of it, it gave me some suggestion that I need to use, and I use it accordingly and make decisions based on that and based on my experience, whether it makes sense or not.
Okay, cool.
So you need to connect how you're not just relying on tools. You need to connect how you're utilizing, which is what you're going to do,
Mm-hmm.
right? So in a day, I use about 10 to 15 tools without any. And one of the things I told you, you all should go out and check out Gemini, Google Gemini.
Okay.
I'm not promoting it, but what I'm telling you, here is some amazing tools that they have come up with. How many of you have Gmails?
Yep. Right. Yeah.
I will show you one example of Gmail here. It went and updated the Gmail without you knowing into AI inboxes.
Wow.
So let's take a email I got from somebody. Alex Courtney, James. Trying to see one with a long. Okay, here is somebody soliciting to complete my taxes. Right
Mm-hmm.
here, you will see summarize this email. I
Hmm.
hit that. It creates a summary on that email. Right from the soliciting, I don't even have to read it. I know what the gist of it is. Now I want to respond. I hit on that top part. Please write a professional response to him and say no. Right here. Thank you for reaching out and reminder about the upcoming to the offer to assist with my returns, but I've decided to go with a different arrangement this year.
That's
I
a
did not even get out of here, right? And then I can say insert and it will insert. Again, I don't even have to copy and paste it. Do you see it?
I do. Yeah.
And this is where it gets, this is where I said, this is the superhuman power. If I hit the plus button, it will connect to my documents. Let's say, this one, right? I'm going to add it here, right? Can you summarize this? So I confused it, but it was smart enough to tell me you are two different subjects that you're trying to talk about. What one you want me to talk about?
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Right? I can connect anything it can create a workflow. And there are so many free tools that are coming. Google is trying to bury ChatGPT because they have all the data. They can do whatever the hell they want.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right. Makes sense.
Right?
Right.
Think about it. They have they know how you buy, they know how you where you travel, what you do. So here is the I used to use it a lot. Google has a section for Google Labs, right?
Right.
Easily generate a brand content for your business. So Alejandro, you can use it for your PWN. Rachel, you can use it for, right? I just have to go. It's free,
Awesome.
right? I say, describe the campaign you want to create. I want to create a campaign for staffing contract jobs that I want to reach out to end client hiring managers. Here is what I did. Staffing that matches velocity, where talent acquisition fails, project gaps closed, guaranteed. Right? It gave me these your critical IT roles staffed, vetting that goes deeper, close your IT talent gap fast, staffing that machines velocity. Look at the ideas that gave me. I can take that. Now about 2 minutes left on each of them. I can be creative and it can create a video for me right from there. Boom. If I say animate, I can create, I can put the header things, fix the layout, I can make touches, I can animate it, do whatever you want. Do you see the power of it?
Wow.
And right, you
That's
don't
so
have to
cool.
really be same thing in that email. If I want to, right, I can say create a video response, which is funny because I didn't connect my nano banana. So if I said, so there are so many tools that are coming out on Gemini that you all should
Wow.
start getting good at so that once, because it helps you in your productivity, it helps you in your reach and it's all free. You don't need to spend a single penny on it.
Hmm.
You make a good point, and I know I'm in the bad habit of solely relying just on Chat GPT. Now, of course, when I was doing my job search, back in the day, I was relying on Gemini and Copilot, but they were in their earlier phases, right? But I think now I'm learning from this workshop. Don't rely just on one, right? Is that what you're kind of saying here, Sam?
Yes, yes.
uh,
So the funny part is again, some of these, I'll show you one other website and then I will get away, right? I'm logged in. I can create my own agents. Let's say, Alejandro, give me a topic that you want to research on.
That I want to do research on.
Yeah.
Well, let's do idiopathic hypersomnia.
Uh, I want to research on idiopathic hypersomnia. IH is good enough, right?
Yeah, it should be able to
On
pick that up.
IH. And send me any articles that you find every week to my email.
Oh, actually, I want to change this up. Instead of I want to research. No, let's just do this. No, go ahead. I don't want to change it up because then.
So so this is creating an agent for me. This is why I said I can put you in a suit. Here is the agent. It goes through it. Your agent's name is Hudson Gauss.
Ah,
Right? So it is doing, you want to share this agent with somebody, you can share it, you can collaborate with somebody, right? And it is 24/7, it's SMS, GoPros, Go Scale. It's all free. So it is now looking at three things. Initiating the IH research. I have begun to deep dive into indie hackers. So it took IH as indie
yeah,
hackers.
I
So
noticed that.
right?
I guess you have to be specific.
So again, that's the reason I wanted to um, do this. How do I do not know how to change that. I didn't read the email, but I want to stop this guy, right? Let's take that ID, right?
Right.
And it's it. And look at here, the two things it's doing for me: filter and summarize the most relevant IH articles, ensuring. And it says email the weekly IH research report to Sam. I did not say anything, right? It will email it to me. And then it is searching indie hackers from top articles and trading discussions. And if you really buy if you upgrade it to Pro, there are certain number of tokens. You can create agents for you who are working for you day in, day out. You don't even have to do the work.
So Sam, maybe you can kind of guide me here. So one of the things that I think I could use something like this for, one thing I think as a community that organizations that can do better on is ensuring that the clinical studies and even the clinical trials are up to date.
Yeah.
I've gone to even on ours, and I've compared it to others, where you'll click on a study, right? Maybe I can earn $175 on this study. I click on the link, but then that study has been closed for like a year or two, right? Um, so I would like to be able to I'd like to have an agent that always sends me via email any type of new studies that are current, that are going on, so that then I can
You
then
can,
go to our website.
whatever your imagination is, it can do it for you.
That's awesome. And so,
Yeah.
and again, I've not heard of Gobi.
Yeah.
Is Gobi a good one to do that?
Yeah, it is. But again, don't pay for money. Use the free ones, get good
Okay.
at it, and then. So I'll give you an example, right? I'm working on some companies that I want to identify for ServiceNow and IAM. And I wanted to send me 50 prospects still in queue for research, 21 job boards URL pending daily monitoring. So it went and looked at some of these companies. It added the contact names of those people. And all these contacts are currently hiring for ServiceNow contractor position. I have verified their current roles at their companies. I didn't even have to go tell it to go verify. It already did.
Right.
Right. So if you're a job seeker and you want to, you can use this.
That's a great point. You
Right.
can.
Again, what I do, if I flip it, it is a job seeker, right? So it's saying, and my agent's name is Roxanne. So Roxanne has done 7 out of the 8 tasks it has completed. 7 tasks done and one more still pending, right? And I have another, Natasha is another agent that I have created, right? Deeper dive into specific agencies, research by the region, set tracking times for new job postings from these platforms, and it will create a Google Sheet for me. So what I'm trying to tell you is question that you asked, Alejandro, how do I answer the question how I'm using? If I say this to people, will they be happy or unhappy about it?
Right.
If a company is hiring me, I can do 5 people's work if you give me a very limited budget. You don't need to hire a marketing department. I can do all my marketing, but I just need a little bit of effort. So same thing. One other tool I will tell you, and then I know we are over a minute. Notebook LM. All these are from Google.
Mm-hmm.
So Google is really trying to beat the market, right? I'm here. I'm trying this one. Let me just create a new notebook. And what can I add sources? I'll add from the web. Uh, add websites here. I'll go to YouTube. YouTube, and I'm going to look at, how do you spell it, Alejandro?
Idiopathic hypersomnia. Yep, there you go.
Idiopathic.
Yep. And then space hypersomnia. There you go.
Yeah,
Right? I don't know. So this is the guy I learned from the most from. So I'm just, I don't know this. There are 11,000 views on it. I don't have time to go through that. I'm going to do it. Right? I'm going to share, copy, put it in here. Let me go there, go back to another video that I saw on hyperson, narcolepsy.
Yeah.
I,
Good one.
yes, here's one. I don't have 52 minutes to go through it. I go there, copy this link, I put it here. Now I insert. And look at the magic, what it does. It did it. It
wow.
Wow.
summarized everything for me, but now I'll show you something else, right? I want to do a mind map on this. And it's about what, 52 minutes one video, 25 minutes another video.
Yeah.
It's hour and 25 minutes. It's does this summary in 1 second. If nobody knows, I can save this to a note. And mechanism and treatments. It's going, the mind map is probably right. Narcolepsy and idiopathic hypersomnia, right? Okay. Sorry. It gave me discuss these sources, context. Why is it doing this way? Let me just, right? If I go here, it expands. Narcolepsy characteristics, chronic sleepiness, no care. Hypothesis, partial loss of Orion cells, progression to TNT, or etc. Is it easy for me to explain this to somebody it took me about 5 minutes if they didn't know about it,
Right.
right? Treatments and mechanism, right?
Oh.
Wake promoting meds. Is it authentic, Alejandro?
Yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah.
In 5 minutes, I could explain the whole concept of IH and narcolepsy to somebody by showing them the mind map, right?
Right.
Forget the mind map. I don't want mind map. I want to go back. Um, I want to create, because I'm not a visual person, I want to create an audio overview. It will create a podcast for you in 20 minutes, a 20-minute podcast between two people discussing those things.
Oh wow. And I take it these are just some like AI generated voices that are doing
You
this.
should try it. You should try it.
I am.
And you tell me if it's AI generated voices.
Oh wow. Now the video overview is that kind of the similar as the audio overview?
Yes,
Wow.
it can do all these. It can give me reports. It can give me flashcards. If you want to test your doctor, does he really know this? You can do that. You can create flashcards. If you're taking a test, project manager course, you can do that and take the test and do whatever you need to do.
That is really cool. Well, that's also something I can do, especially for
Here is the part that you will love. Here is I can create an infographic.
that's what I was eyeballing that one.
I knew where you were looking at, Ahan. I can do a data slide deck out of it.
Wow.
And all of these are free.
Do you use that, Curly? Do you use
I absolutely have started to use this for infographic.
Wow.
this is new to me. Yeah.
It's not new to you. I explored, we exploded, but the capabilities improved
Yeah,
this
I mean,
month.
it does. It looks like, whoa. I mean, yeah, especially like if you've already kind of explored this like last year, like it just didn't connect the way it is now. I'm thinking of things that, yeah, that would help me. Like even for, even this recording, right? We have these hour sessions. It would be nice to be able to have a breakdown for someone that
Boom.
already
You got
ready.
the idea.
We post this on Circle. Hey, if you don't have time to view the one full hour, here's a nice little quick summary for you. I
And you
love
can
that.
create all of it. You can create all of it. You can send audio if somebody wants audio, if you can send video. You can send a mind map. Boom.
And again, so this is with Google.
You go to Google, search Google Notebook LM.
Because we have our Teams accounts. So I just found it.
Yeah.
I just found it. That is cool, Sam.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I'm like in there. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, I just had to get in there because it's offered to, because we have a PWN business account for through Gmail. So it is there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And if you have a Gmail business account, I will tell you something, a secret here that you may not have realized. You don't have to go buy Gemini. Gemini is already incorporated into your business account.
Yeah, it's funny when you were in Gemini, I was trying to see like where's my Gemini.
So let's go and see up here. Right there, you will see this yellow, the purple color. Alejandro, can you see it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was like looking at my screen.
Yeah, right
Yeah,
here.
I do see the icon. Yeah.
So if I click on that, a window will open here.
Okay.
And this is a full powered, close to full subscription Gemini.
Which
And
is
if
interesting,
you
just looking at my business account, I am not even seeing the Gemini icon.
you might have to refresh it.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. No worries. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want to take any time
But
with
if it's there, then you can create all the documents within Google, and you can dump those documents, and Google Gemini will create. Notebook will create all these things for you. You don't even have to go.
That's
The
cool.
other one cool thing I will show you and get out of here, right? It is so comparison. It did slide deck. It did okay. Here is the
Oh, is that the infographic?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Mm.
Oh my Lord. That is so
Alejandro.
crazy.
Alejandro, how much time would it have taken for you to do this?
Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
at least a couple hours or so, right? Or for
Maybe
somebody,
even days.
exactly. I was about to say it could end up being days, just depending on your skill level.
It
I mean, just
created, this
two
is from
minutes.
the two videos that it looked at.
Exactly, two videos in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Boom.
is amazing. While it's still doing other functions, so it just is like whoa.
It's still generating the slide deck. It is
Mm-hmm.
generating the video overview. It is generating the audio overview.
That is
So
so cool.
you can go leave it here, come back in 2 minutes, 5 minutes. It will be done.
Wow.
Mm.
So by
Awesome.
just this one tool, I can save close to 2 to 3 hours a day.
Yeah.
I told it to clean up my email. And I said things that I really are not using on a daily basis, delete it.
Mhm.
Wow.
I had 2 million emails.
That is cool. Oh wow. Thanks for sharing this, Sam.
Yeah. Any other questions?
No, I am good with
Really
all the
neat.
questions. Rachel, anybody else have any questions?
No, thank you.
Good. All right. Yeah, no, Sam, this has been a great one. Great,
Yeah.
great to start off the year, the new year. Yeah, I can't wait to start using,
My only this one today was to excite you guys to start using this on a daily basis
yes.
and become the master of laziness.
Yeah. I like that. Hey, there's no shame in that. As long as you do it right
Absolutely.
and you have the integrity, hey,
See,
what's left?
so this is another way I can answer the question when my employer asks me, right? I can say, hey, I use AI to make me a master of laziness, but I can get 24 hours of work done in about 5 hours to 8 hours.
Hmm. Yeah, I like that. Just using that to your advantage. But
That's
no,
it.
we did. We've learned a lot today just on on everything and utilizing AI. And we learned a lot too on integrity that, it always pays off to just be honest.
That's it.
You gave some really great examples, and I think that had those individuals been honest, they probably could have even gone further in the interview process. You know
100%.
what I mean? So again, for people out there, you know, be honest. It's okay. Yeah, I mean, recruiters will catch that if you're going to go down that rabbit hole of, trying to make it seem like you're something else when you're not. So this has been a great, great, great lesson. Loving it. Yeah, and then also just to update the community. Sam, this is something that we'll communicate. But we're gonna end up probably opening up some office hours for Sam. Maybe like once or twice a month. He has some time slots. Where you can meet with Sam individually, right? Where he's just available at that time. And yeah, so we'll do some more communications around that. I'm even looking at doing it for myself. Jane is also going to be doing the same thing. So that's something, we'll be adding into our programs, or just these office hours. Because I like the value, hey, I know like Rachel, I know some of the other individuals last year that met with you,
Mm.
Sam, have been successful. I mean, really, we have two individuals that met with you that, are in jobs. We have one individual that, hey, chose not to just, get into the workforce yet, but really helped them out tremendously. And then we also have Rachel here, who's doing amazing, in our Udemy project, and even, Curly here too. I mean, so
Thank you.
this has been really super helpful. So thank you so much for your partnership, Sam.
Anytime, anytime. Thank you,
All
guys.
right,
Have a great
everyone.
Thank
week.
you.
Have a
Bye-bye.
great week. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye bye.